Hey, it's Andy Mangum, your friendly neighborhood regional minister at the Christian Church in the Southwest, and I'm going to start something I call my 2 cents worth. Sometimes when I have people who are in groups that I'm leading who have a lot to say and sometimes say so much they don't leave room for other people, I encourage them to give their 2 cents worth. I say to them, you've got 2 pennies, every comment you make cost you a penny, and so when you have given your 2 cents worth, then you're done. This is my regional minister's tip jar. You can see I haven't got a lot yet. But this is my 2 cents worth. I don't know how often I'll do this. Maybe you'll have to tell me how often I get my own 2 cents worth. But I want to spend my 2 cents worth today by talking about camp. Camp has already started for many of our campgrounds and camping programs, but it begins in earnest this weekend. And so I want to say a few things about those of us who don't have the privilege of going to camp this year, things that we can do to be in support of the camping ministry. Church camp is incredible. It is life-changing. It is life-transforming. There is so much that happens at camp that is bigger than fun and games, though there are a lot of fun and games. So there are 4 things I think you as a church member can do to support our camping program. First one is pray. Pray for the people that are going to camp. Pray for the campers. Pray for their acceptance and pray for their spiritual development. Pray for them to have fun and to be safe and to grow closer to God. Pray for stewards. Stewards are young people who aren't old enough yet to be counselors, but old enough to be helpful and supportive. They often go and are the gophers for the camp, assembling various activities, filling water balloons, spending time with the kids. And stewards play an essential role in the camping program. So pray for stewards, that they would have energy and endurance and that they would accept their role with humility. Pray for counselors who have the toughest job at camp. They are 24/7 on call with our kids, and so pray for them. Pray for their strength, for their energy, for their joy, for their endurance, and for open doors for them to connect and to help young people grow closer to God. Pray for our directors. Directors are the unsung heroes of camp. Most directors do all of their work, most of their work, long before camp begins. And if they've done everything they should do, then they really don't have a whole lot to do once camp starts. That's a mistake to say that. They have a lot to do, but the directors plan the themes, they put together the activities, they do so much. So pray for our camp directors. Pray for our keynoters and worship leaders and others who are bringing the content of camp. Pray for the camp staff, the professional staff, the people who work in the cafeterias and our lifeguards and our camp directors, the people who run our campgrounds. They are vital to the work we do. Pray for the young people by name. Pray for them consistently. Pray for them in worship. It's great if a church will commission the group that's going from camp. But just pray and pray and pray. That's the first thing to do. The second thing to do, encourage. Encourage the young people who are going, encourage the counselors who are going, encourage the directors and all of those people that you know that are involved in camp. Give them a word of encouragement. One thing you can do to encourage them is to send them mail. People love getting mail at camp, so find out how to send them mail. Send them a card. Maybe go to Hallmark and find something funny. Send them a personal word of encouragement to them while they're at camp. So important. A word here about care packages, because some people like to send care packages, and those are great. I would encourage you to be cautious about food and candy. Most of the food and candy, if it's not wrapped, has to be kept in the cafeteria. It can't go back to their dorms. So you want to think about the quantity that you send. Those homemade brownies are a great gesture, but they don't necessarily travel well, and they don't necessarily get consumed the way you want them to in a camping experience. So if you really want a place to send those homemade brownies or pecan pie, you can send them to the regional office. But wrapped candy is good. But there's some other things you could send in that care package, like a bottle of sunscreen. A little bottle of sunscreen will go a long way, or some bug spray. That's real important. Maybe a little toy, something that just, makes them smile, or a small game, something quiet. Don't send silly string. That's just going to make a mess. And don't send noisemakers, because that'll just make you the enemy of the counselors and the directors. But encourage our kids and our adults as they're at camp this year. Third thing to do is assist. Find ways to help out if you can. You may need to be the person who drives the young people down to camp, or as a pair of adults, because it's real important that we maintain good boundaries there. A pair of adults driving kids down to camp or picking them up afterwards. It is important that we have good, fresh drivers as they come back home from camp. You might assist by providing a scholarship so that someone can go to camp, or other ways to assist that your church lets you know. And I want you to put this thought in your mind. Maybe the thing that you need to do to assist our camping program is to go to camp and to say, I will be a camp counselor. I know that there are some camp staffs for camps that are later on this summer that are still looking for people to go to camp. And so if you don't have a place to go to camp yet, but you want to this summer, let me know. And we'll try to figure it out. Andy at ccsw.org. We'll find a place for you to plug in if at all possible. But assist the camping program. And finally, receive. Receiving means that when kids and adults come back from camp, you ask, how did it go? You say, how did God reveal God's self to you? What kinds of experiences did you have that were meaningful to you? Receive back what they are hearing. Hear back what they experienced, so that you can continue to encourage them and be a part of their ongoing growth. Last thing to say about receiving is, please, for the love of all that is good and holy, do not refer to what an adult did at camp as vacation. It's not a vacation. It's ministry. It's beautiful. It's blessed. It's fun. It's exciting, but it is not vacation. So pray, encourage, assist, and receive. And let's see if we can't make this summer camp one of the best it's ever been. God bless you.